One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to Zanis News. I'm Alice Banda to be with you. Let's take a look at the stories making headline. President Hichilema named Red Cross patron. Mwami border post records improvement in clearance of goods. Over 26,000 registered for digital NRCs in Central Province. And Siabonga records over 600 teen pregnancies in last 10 months. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has been officially conferred with the position of patron of the Zambia Red Cross Society. Accepting the responsibility as patron, President Hichilema stated that the position is timely as it aligns well with the national humanitarian efforts that the government has planned. The head of state told the society to count on the government in its endeavors to enhance humanitarian activities such as improved livelihoods, healthcare services, addressing issues of climate change, among other humanitarian efforts. Mr. Hichilema called on the Red Cross Society to support Zambia's vision of hosting a cholera vaccine production center. International Federation of Red Cross and Crescent Society's regional director, Muhammad Makia, assured that the society is ready to provide technical expertise, especially in the area of pandemic preparedness, if Zambia remains proactive. Zambia Red Cross Society President Fraxon Ngosa said that the society has undergone a structural transformation in order to become more efficient and effective in its operations.
And want to express our gratitude to the work of the Red Cross Society in Zambia, the Federation of the Red Cross globally, for the illustrious work they've been doing in this country, together with our communities over the years. We're also enthused about the efforts being made to refocus, to re-strategize, to refocus, because times do change. Focal areas driven by community needs do change over time. And I think it's important that an organization of this repute is able to acknowledge the need to make those adjustments. So we appreciate and support such adjustments.
For Red Cross Health Crescent, we are not a normal NGO. We are not an organization that works totally without control. We are auxiliary to the governmental authorities, to the public authorities. We confirm and work with the plans of the governmental plans, and we try to fit into governmental plans, not to create any parallel systems or plans or response. But of course, we are having our 7 principles that align to the international humanitarian law and Geneva Conventions, that to make sure that the independence, neutrality, impartiality is being respected, and that we serve all at all times.
Zambia Red Cross has undergone structural transformation, and it's still undergoing several other institutional transformation for the organization not to become more efficient and effective, but also emerge as one of the most trusted organizations by both the funders and the people we serve in delivering our humanitarian aid. Zambia Red Cross is a national flag, Your Excellency. And as patron, we would like to ask you, sir, to promote the localization agenda of the national society.
Participants at the ongoing Global Forum on Refugees in Geneva, Switzerland, have showed accolades on Zambia for the country's pioneering approach to refugees integration and development. Zanis reports that the spotlight at the Global Forum was cast on Zambia following a stirring address by the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Vice President in charge of Resettlement, Mavis Nkomesha. Ms. Nkomesha excited the audience when she disclosed that Zambia had developed a robust refugee integration program which had yielded comprehensive local area plans to ensure that refugees and local hosting communities have the same access to amenities without segregation. The permanent secretary said the local area plans are meant to facilitate Zambia's transition from a humanitarian response model to a development-centered approach in supporting refugees. The permanent secretary said the idea was to ensure that developmental strides taking place within local areas do not inadvertently exclude refugees from accessing crucial amenities and resources within the communities hosting them. Meanwhile, moderating a panel discussion, Ugandan Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Hilary Anok, commended the Zambian government as a guiding light in the pursuit of inclusive and sustainable solutions for the world's displaced population. Ms. Nkomesha and other senior government officials from the line ministries are in the company of Vice President Mutale Nalumango in Geneva, attending the Global Refugee Forum.
And working together with various stakeholders, private sector, we developed a local area plan with the support of JICA, as always, in trying to address some of the core issues affecting the host communities and refugees in responding to some of the challenges that we've been facing and the refugees and host communities have been facing. Within that strategy, we have an initiative that we're calling Modernization of Refugees, Resettlement, and host communities. In short, we're calling it the MORASA. So the MORASA is a strategy that brings together the stakeholders that have been working within the resettlement to try and coordinate our efforts together and develop the area called Maheba, which is, like I said before, over 48,000 hectares, and it's a city in itself. So we're hoping that with this, we will be able to actually improve coexistence and cohesion. So it's important that when we plan, we put a human face to it. And that's what we are doing, to include the refugees in our planning process. Moderator, I don't have time to say, but this is what we're doing. And I hope that you can support our agenda and our program to support our refugees. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. Zambia, great. Zambia actually been hosting even some Ugandan refugees, particularly during Idi Amin period, when a lot of our leaders, a lot of people dispersed in East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania. Zambia is exceptionally. From Zambian University, we have had our leaders trained there. Now they are back into our country. They are prominent leaders. We thank Zambia for their policies on refugees. They have done very well over the years. We appreciate Zambia. Thank you. Thank you.
First Lady Mutinta Hijilema has thanked Invest Trust Bank PLC for donating 100,000 kwacha to her office to support her charity work. Mrs. Hijilema said the money will be used to support orphanages during the festive season. Zanis reports that the First Lady said this at State House when a team from Invest Trust Bank PLC called on her. Details in the following report.
Invest Trust Bank PLC has donated 100,000 kwacha to the First Lady's office to support her charity work during the festive season. The bank's managing director led a team to State House to make the donation.
Recognized the work that you are doing, which is quite humbling, admirable in many respects, and commendable. So we thought we could partner with your office to just make a small contribution as part of these activities. So I think we did identify amongst the areas that we support that there's need to support an orphanage, and hence I think our coming to register our support in that respect. We know that the requirements are so many. I mean, you are dealing with detergents, food items, Christmas lunch packs as part of that package, and other logistical support. So we've put together a package which is worth 100,000 kwacha, 100,000 kwacha to that effect.
The First Lady thanked the bank for the donation and support towards her passion of helping the vulnerable people.
I know people are really expecting of us of giving out. We've got boxes and boxes of requests out there. And I think your donation has really come at the right time. I know this is Christmas time. It's time to share, to show love. Yes, so we are going to give to our orphan, as you have already said. So we really thank you for this gesture, and we are looking forward to working with you.
Thank you so much.
Jane Simalumba Zanis in Lusaka.
Government has assured the affected families of the trapped miners at Senseli Mine in Chingola district on the Copper Belt that it will use the DNA test to determine the identity of the miners if they are not found in good condition. Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo said this when he addressed family members. Details in the following report.
Government has assured the families of the trapped miners that it will do whatever it takes to ensure the trapped miners at Sensele Copper Mine in Chingola are retrieved. Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo, Chingola Member of Parliament Chipoka Mulenga, and other senior government officials addressed the families of the trapped miners in Chingola that days have passed, and if survivors won't be found, the DNA test will be used to identify the true identity of the trapped miners.
It can go up to almost 2 weeks. Nish bantu amalo bana ya lubana monsemulo mubapangile Daniel infula after yalo yonse na ya lubana ya leseke mukafi ukuingira mufuti twa causing ama accident yambi. So twafika kuli ile nshita twasange bibi
Mission may go up to 2 weeks because the tunnels have been disturbed. And also, dear family members, if we find the bodies of our beloved ones are destroyed, at that point, that's when we shall consider conducting DNA test. Chingola Member of Parliament Chipoka Mulenga, who is also Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister, is concerned that yesterday's rains affected the rescue mission.
Ila inemfula ya lokela bengi tuli kuno nokumana mwali mwene yaishire na menshi yaishire na matipa yala ene yaletire usanso engire futi munindi umwili abaneso ne emirimo yabawesha kuno mafuti abaneso umwana to alicycle almost umulungu.
The yesterday's rains have entered the tunnels where the trapped miners are, and it has affected the rescue mission. Let us unite for God to help us. Representative of the affected family members thanked the government for the love shown to them during this difficult time.
Nipamlandu wakutira tamarole keshe pakwe bachabana besu ito bale isakuno bale itokwe bat illegal miners imumu atolele fyo mlimoyu no kwamba okubombanga abafyashi kwabula okulolesha bali abana kwe bat bale ingirira fyabene nenchitweyi tayangu ikeyo ukwambira fikuli bakateka bali shile nchito shawo shonselo bamfiro kati kuli ubusanso bali mine baisa.
Our relatives were working, they were called illegal miners. But you did not look at that, and you have continued helping us as parents, and this work is not simple. And when the Republican president also came to visit the families and attended the burial, you have promised that you will continue searching for our trapped relatives, and what is affecting us is that we want to be sure that they are found.
It's day 15 since more than 31 miners were trapped, and only 12 have been retrieved. Among them, 11 were dead and 1 alive. Tauvini Ngombe, Zanis, Chingola.
We take a break, and when we come back, Nyemba residents hand over maternity wing to government. Stay tuned.
For news and current affairs, entertainment, sports, children's programs, and a host of other events in and beyond our borders, Zanis TV has you covered. On Channel 6 and Channel 458 on Topstar.
Zambia Revenue Authority, ZRIS, says the Mwami Mchinji one-stop border post concept has improved the clearance of goods and services since it was established in December last year. Acting ZRA Mwami Border Station Manager Wilfred Mwanza says the clearance time has greatly reduced following the establishment of the modern border facility. Laverin Sichizia has more in the following report.
It is now a year after Zambia and Malawi opened a one-stop border post in the name of Mwami Mchinji border. The border is said to have increased trade inflow between the two sister countries, with Zambia recording a huge turnover in various export commodities.
This time around, all these processes are done under one roof. So that's number one benefit. Number two, the turnaround. If this truck was meant to stop twice, it is now stopping once. So meaning that there's that cut down in dwell time. Because now my Malawian counterpart is just seated next to me. We're in the same building. So we're able to resolve matters quickly. And in that, it has brought about coordination in the way we are doing our processes. And of course, like what Director said, the number one benefit, of course, is the increase in revenue.
The development has cheered the Zambia Border Post Upgrade Project, ZBPUP, which has been behind the modernization of major borders in the country.
We have a good working environment for border agencies, and there's a strong and proximate relationship between a good working environment and also performance. And looking at the numbers right now, I think last time we were here, we were talking about an increase of from 50 to about 70 million kwacha. I'm glad to note that we've actually, by November, this has certainly increased to about 120, which is a good development, certainly moving forward.
Some Zambian truckers share their various experiences.
There's so much improvement and the congestion, we don't have much congestion. The facility is it's good. They're comparing to the old ones because even the toilets are clean, the surroundings are clean.
Lavrin Schizar for Zanis in Chipata, Eastern Province.
African Peer Review Mechanism, APRM lead panelist Lydia Mutende has challenged the African countries to utilize natural resources to respond to global shocks and disasters. Speaking in Choma during a stakeholders consultative engagement, Ms. Mutende emphasized the need for African countries to position themselves to respond to global shocks and pandemics by exploiting natural resources and various competencies the continent is endowed with. Gift Banji has the details.
Africa is the most vulnerable continent to global pandemics such as COVID-19 and climate change-induced natural disasters like droughts and floods. However, Africa Peer Review Mechanism APRM lead panelist Lydia Mutende and her team wants African governments to respond to global shocks using natural resources such as minerals.
They are opened up to us how has Zambia recovered from COVID, from other disasters, setbacks, and then it's one of those countries on the continent, or the 55 countries, that was able to delve into a sector that many countries have not because of lack of skills or capacity, the minerals sector. You are one country, in addition to South Africa, in Africa, that has been able to delve into a very important natural resource in the continent in terms of minerals, cobalt and copper.
There is clear recognition from the African Union on the need to accelerate efforts to address challenges by using local solutions.
Leaders of Africa countries learn to manage their own problems by finding solutions for Africa's problems. And this was said before COVID. So it is now, before we could know this, like foresight, the continent was locked out from the rest of the world. We closed up, and thank God those of us that survived have been able now to struggle to recover our economies.
APRM Zambia National Governing Council Chairperson, Brigadier General Timothy Kazembe, guarantees the credibility of the APRM process in Zambia.
The NGC is there to ensure independence of the process, to ensure professionalism of the process, to ensure credibility.
Gifty Banji, Zanis, Nchoma, Southern Province.
The Civil Service Commission has challenged Human Resource Management Committees, HRMC, to quickly confirm civil servants who are due for confirmation. Addressing Northwestern Province Human Resource Management Committees, Civil Service Commissioner Louis Siandiabantu said it is about time that confidence was restored in the Human Resource Office in the public sector. Jen Famtoshi has the details.
Civil Service Commission is in Northwestern Province on a monitoring and evaluation exercise. While in the province, the Commission has taken time to address the Provincial Human Resource Management Committee.
You sacrificed a lot and you put in your very best. And mostly what happens is that only those that are closer to Lusaka are considered for promotions. The Commission has resolved that civil servants who are serving in rural areas should be equally treated like those in town.
Furthermore, the Commission has urged the committee to consult them whenever positions are frozen.
We have discovered that there are over 50 frozen positions. Why are we having such a situation? We know how challenging it is to unfreeze a position. So we want to appeal to our people to also consult and see how best we can improve service delivery.
Meanwhile, the Provincial Acting Deputy Permanent Secretary also has a message for the committee.
The duties that we do is to do with the appointments, confirmations, transfers of some staff within the province, within the districts. I think are very, very cardinal.
Reporting for Zanis News in Solwezi District, Jennifer Mtoshi.
We take you to Central Province. Over 26,000 people have been enrolled on Integrated National Registration Information System, INRIS. Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwana Kampwe says 27,740 have been registered on the digital platform, while 6,630 national registration cards have been issued using the old system. Shupekile Kunika filed in this report.
26,700 citizens have been enrolled on the Integrated National Registration Information System, INRIS, in Central Province. Provincial Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanakampwe says the INRIS exercise, which started last month, is being undertaken side by side with the issuance of ordinary national registration cards.
Cumulative figures in all the district or throughout the province, we are standing at 26,740. That is through INRIS, and 6,630 the old system. So together in total, we are standing at 33,060.
Mr. Mwanakampwe is appealing to citizens to take advantage of the program, which will result in the implementation of digital national registration cards.
There is need for them to tap into this gracious offer to turn in huge numbers to digitalize their identity cards.
Residents of Kabwe are calling for more sensitization on the exercise. Others claim the process is slow.
They are asking for so much information. The process takes too long.
Marketeers don't have the time to go there. It's better they bring the service right here in the market.
Zambia began the third phase of the Integrated National Registration Information System which is taking place in Central and Luapula provinces, as well as 79 national registration district offices across the country. Hlupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Kabwe.
In Luapula province, the community in Isamba ward in Samfya district has turned out in large numbers at the Mobile National Registration Center with the aim of getting the new Digital National Registration Cards, NRC. The area has a catchment of 15,000 people who need to be captured during the exercise. Mwangala Kapandula has more in this report.
The Digital Mobile National Registration Card exercise in Isamba Ward in Samfya District, Luapula Province, has received positive response from members of the public. We are grateful to government for bringing the mobile registration exercise closer to us. I am appealing to my fellow citizens to come forth and get captured. With a catchment area of 15,000 people, the community is eager to get the new digital registration cards. I am grateful for the government for bringing this exercise close to us. This exercise is good because it is also going to help curb irregularities in the registration of national cards. I'm also appealing to members of the community to come and register. Mwangala Kapandula reporting for Zanis News in Luapula Province.
We take a break, and when we come back, Siavonga records over 600 teen pregnancies in the last 10 months. Stay tuned.
For news and current affairs, entertainment, sports, children's programs, and a host of other events in and beyond our borders, Zanis TV has you covered. On Channel 6 and Channel 458 on Topstar.
Masaiti District Commissioner Eni Matutu has commissioned the opening of an ablution block at Kanyanje Primary School. Ms. Matutu says government recognizes the efforts that cooperating partners play to attain the Vision 2030 on the provision of good health and sanitation for all. Nkwachi Chanda has the details.
Government attaches importance to maintaining proper hygiene in schools, as it is not only beneficial for preventing the spread of germs, but also promotes a conducive environment for students and the staff. This scenario has made PKF chartered accountants to come on board to support government with the construction of an ablution block at Kanyanja Primary School in Masaiti District.
Today, as we gather here to celebrate the spirit of unity and the power of education, I am humbled to stand before you, the guest of honor, to make a marked significant step in our commitment to corporate social responsibility. The theme is PKF Zambia Chartered Accountants Cares for the People and the Environment. As part of our ongoing efforts to contribute to the well-being and development of our community, PKF Zambia Chartered Accountants is proud to announce the completion of a project that holds immense value to the school and the community, and that's the construction of the ablution block and the donation of textbooks to Kanyanja Primary School. Every child deserves access to proper sanitation and education. Unfortunately, many schools, especially in underprivileged areas, face challenges in providing these basic facilities that are fundamental rights that children deserve.
And Masaiti District Commissioner Eni Matutu has urged the community to safeguard the property received.
Let us all make good use of this ablution block donated by our partners, PKF Zambia Chartered Accountants, because it is now ours as a community. In addition, we must all ensure that we all act responsibly and avoid vandalism to this property and others. At this point now, let me thank everyone who has contributed in one way or another, no matter how small or big, towards the construction of this ablution block.
Wachichanda, Zanis.
Back to Southern Province, stakeholders in Siavonga district have expressed concern with the increasing rate of teenage pregnancies and gender-based violence. GBV District Health Office GBV focal point person Kuyondela Chikubi says the district has recorded 610 teenage pregnancies in the last 10 months compared to 578 recorded during the same period last year. Brandina Lambwe gives us the details.
Cases of gender-based violence, GBV, have been on the rise in most parts of the country, and Siavonga district in Southern Province has not been spared. The district is also recording high numbers of teenage pregnancies. To find solutions to these negative vices affecting society, the district has organized a multi-stakeholder roundtable discussion. Siavonga District Health Office shared the statistics and what is to be done to reduce the numbers.
So from January to October, 218 cases, 38 were males and 140 were females. So the total of teenager pregnancies come to 608. We focus with placement in each rural center in the district, which is an achievement. Then we have trained the paralegals, a total of 38. All of them are under the guidance of the judiciary.
For the District Victim Support Unit, VSU, stated that divorce rate is equally high, contributing to teenage pregnancies and street kids.
A lot of divorces within the district, there are a lot. Okay? They come to our office, issue of GBV, if they failed to resolve the end result is divorce. Then the other reason why issues of GBV was parents. Sometimes these children, even women, is the issue of not providing. Okay? And this one, it can be on top of everything, even sexual offenses, they're under this one. Parents in Siavonga, most of them don't provide for their families.
Parents and guardians have called on government to interpret the children's rights, among others, as to understand the children's rights.
The issue is, how do we work on the rights of the children? They have gone beyond that, they are untouchable. You refer him to this, you refer him to an article.
Amafoni wena mbovamba bami foni yatujaya mwana memo ndiba nanu ndiri mupati bati ndikajata mala ko hewula foni nokutegwa ndisanine bana ojana mwana wangu jisi foni.
Brandina Lambwe, Zanis, Siavonga District, Southern Province.
And in Eastern Province, 22 girls aged between 10 and 14 are recorded to have fallen pregnant in the last 9 months in Kasenengwa district, and over 1,200 teenagers aged 13 and 19 also fell pregnant between January and September this year. Abigail Kashweka reports that this came to light during the District Adolescent Health Technical Working Group meeting held in Chipata.
Stakeholders who make up the Kasenengwa District Adolescents Health Technical Working Group gathered in Chipata to review the performance of programs aimed at promoting the health of adolescents in the district. The meeting was opened by the district commissioner.
To reduce early marriages, early pregnancies, early sex and substance abuse, all the attributes affecting the early adolescent, there is need to engage all departments, partners, stakeholders operating in the district, collaborate in addressing all the factors that are affecting the adolescents, including our Royal Highnesses,
The gathering meant that 22 girls below the age of 15 fell pregnant between January and September this year.
Quarter 1, we recorded 12. Then quarter 2, we recorded 7. Then quarter 3, we also recorded 7.
It was also learned that Kasenengwa district has been recording a decrease in teen pregnancies.
Our district was actually third in the province in terms of teen pregnancies. And as such, we had gone into interventions that would enable us to reduce those numbers down. And one of those interventions is QI project. We actually intensified to see we need to look at quality improvements in the services that we are providing. So in those we have seen that from 2022 quarter 3, where we had 464, quarter 3 2023 we have 368, which is quite good for us because we have achieved certain numbers has come down, and we are almost going in the right direction in terms of reducing teen pregnancies in the district.
And different stakeholders raised a number of issues.
We have managed to engage the young people, engage the civic leaders, traditional leaders, as well as parents at community level. And these efforts have yielded positively because we have seen all of them embracing the issue of adolescent health. We hope that going forward, the young people will enjoy their rights to adolescent health when they visit any facility.
Abigail Kashweka, Zanis, in Chipata district.
Traditional leaders in Samfya district have commended Beit Cure Children's Hospital for providing orthopedic services to children across the country. Moses Mapoma, who is also Malombola village headman, said this during a theology of disability training held in Samfya. Betsheba Kateba has the details.
Beit Cure, a children's faith-based hospital in Lusaka, specialized in providing orthopedic services to children below 18 years, is conducting a disability training to pastors in Samfya district. During the training held at Pentecostal Assemblies of God, Beit Cure spiritual director gave an insight of the hospital.
We treat various conditions from children throughout the country. In recent times, we realized and recognized that we cannot work alone, and we need to engage the community. We need to engage the clergy so that we work together in that component so that they can help as a partner with us to also provide counseling to the patients who come to the hospital.
Kunda Cooper is Samfya District Pastors Fellowship Chairperson.
True religion is taking care of the people that I need. So when we take care of people that are living with disabilities, that is true religion. This hospital has come at the right time because I think the principal thing is the change in the mindset. If people can change the way they think about the people that are disabled, then we can see that we can chart the way forward. We'll take care of the persons living with disabilities.
Traditional leaders and residents are grateful to Beit Cure.
Mulumdeyo mumushimu Yesu bali bombera ko muntu umo kalumendo nunchitaka babwino kwa mulu ya petere. Icho tuletotera sana chipatale echi. Ichile bombesha na maka. Mono kutira bubwafya pakati kesu bwachimfiwa.
What I do in my free time is I look for children with disability. When transport money is available, we take them to Lusaka for operations.
Betsheba Katebe reporting for Zanis News in Samfya District in Wapla Province.
The Ministry of Green Economy, through the Ecosystem-Based Adaptation Project, EBA, has intensified training communities in Kanchiwia District on climate change. Team leader EBA Focal Point Chairperson Takla Kafwimbi said the objectives of the training is to enhance knowledge on the effects of climate change and find solutions on how communities can restore the ecosystem. Details in the following report.
Over the years, Munakishi ward in Kanchiwia district has been prone to floods. The Ministry of Green Economy, through the Ecosystem-Based Adaptation Project, has devised interventions that work around changing people's mindsets.
Today, this is the training that the ecosystem-based adaptation project had promised, and it's going to kickstart today. It also looks at climate change and how communities can actually create resilience to the effects of climate change.
The project has further engaged the Zambia Agricultural Research Institute to teach farmers method and seed varieties that could withstand changes in climate.
From the technologies that Zanis has developed, we know which varieties are well suited to the certain environments considering the change in climate. Then we have selected those varieties that Zanis has developed and have been tested. We are now taking them out to farmers' fields so that farmers can see how those varieties are performing.
Both the local leadership and the farmers have appreciated the training.
We are encouraging our communities, one, not to cut down trees. So what we're saying is we need our communities, our forest restored. So the project is bringing in planting of fruit trees, planting of pine, so that in areas where the soils are eroded, such calamities will be a thing of the past.
We have been cutting trees because we didn't know the importance of having trees. And now we are experiencing problems. We don't have rains and the place is too windy, which is affecting our farming. Sheila Masua for Zanis in Kanchibia, Muchinga Province.
That item brings us to the end of the news. As we end the news, let's take a look at the headlines again. President Hichilema named Red Cross patron. Mwami border post records improvement in clearance of goods. Over 26,000 registered for digital NRCs in Central Province. And Siavonga records over 600 teen pregnancies in last 10 months. On that note, we end Zanis News. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, I'm Alice Banda saying goodbye and God bless you.